Gone to homes in Texas and Oklahoma. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, looking into the gunman who fired at an immigration enforcement facility in Dallas, killing one detainee, critically wounding two others before killing himself.
The shooter has been identified as 29-year-old Joshua John. Officials say that he fired dozens of rounds at the ICE facility from the rooftop of a nearby building. Anti-ICE messages were found on rounds that were right near him.
Fox's Brooke Taylor in Dallas. The FBI calls it a targeted attack, and Vice President Vance points a finger at the left after all the anti-ICE protests.
If your political rhetoric encourages violence against our law enforcement, you can go straight to hell, and you have no place in the political conversation of the United States of America.
And in that speech in North Carolina, Vance called out Gavin Newsom by name, California's governor. Well, the Democrat replied to the post on X that he won't be going to hell. But when listening to Vance, Newsom wrote he feels like he's already there. A meeting at the White House could get contentious later this morning. Fox's Peter Ducey's there.
This is going to be something that does not happen often. A world leader is coming here to visit President Trump at the White House, fresh off calling him out and accusing the president of talking too big a game when it comes to ending global conflicts.
That's Turkey's President Erdogan, who could be pressed to stop buying Russian oil, something President Trump called out NATO allies like Turkey for continuing to do, which he says keeps funding the Ukraine war. Now, the president canceled a meeting that would have been today with Democratic congressional leaders as a government shutdown looms unless lawmakers approve new funding by Tuesday.
The White House's Office of Management and Budget sent out a memo saying agencies need to have ready reduction in force plans. Agencies were told to identify programs that'll lose funding October 1st. Workers wouldn't just be furloughed for however long a shutdown may last. They'd be gone permanently.
That's Jill Nato. America's listening to Fox News.
You're great at protecting your data, but lots of places could still expose you to identity theft. If that happens, LifeLock gives you the U.S.-based restoration agent who will stick by your side from start to finish. Phone calls, filing documentation, preparing insurance claims. Your agent handles it all. In fact, they're so confident restoration is guaranteed or your money back. It's nice to have an expert like that on your side. Save up to 40% off your first year with promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Will James Comey be indicted? The new U.S. attorney in Virginia is presenting evidence to a grand jury amid allegations the former FBI director lied to Congress in 2020 related to the Trump-Russia collusion investigations that President Trump has called a hoax. Now, someone else the president fired in his first term has become a Trump critic, John Bolton. The ex-national security advisor, his house and office were raided last month.
Court filings unsealed Tuesday say federal agents confiscated multiple documents labeled classified, confidential, and secret during the search in late August. Bolton is under investigation for allegedly mishandling defense records that appear to be about weapons of mass destruction, national strategic communication, and the U.S. mission to the United Nations. A number of the pages are fully or partially redacted. Bolton's lawyer, Abby Lowell, says nothing inappropriate was stored or kept by his client. Tom Brigatti, Fox News.
There's a new Fox News poll out that gives a socialist Democrat a big lead in the New York City mayor's race, a candidate President Trump calls a communist.
The survey of likely voters has State Assemblyman Zoran Mamdani out front with 47% and ex-Governor Andrew Cuomo second at 29%. Republican Curtis Sliwa and incumbent Mayor Eric Adams follow with 11% and 7% respectively. Mamdani is at 60% or better with those who say they're very liberal, with women under 45 and voters in general under 35. Cuomo fares better with Jewish voters and white voters age 45 and up. Top city problem respondents want addressed. 25% say crime, 20% say the cost of living. In New York City, Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down after two straight losing days. In baseball, the Seattle Mariners clinched the American League West title, beating Colorado 9-2. Cal Raleigh hit 2 home runs, giving him 60, just 2 shy of the AL record for homers in the season. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's all-American truck headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
It is a Thursday edition. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Radio for South Texas. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. We got AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on standby. We start the morning upper 70s, low 80s. Highs today might be upper 80s, low 90s. Is that the effect of that cool front across Texas? We'll talk to him about that. What's the chance of rain for today? We'll visit that in about 3 minutes. The head of Homeland Security saying that yesterday's shooting at that Immigration Customs Enforcement facility in North Texas was motivated by hate.
Secretary Kristi Noem says Wednesday's shooting in Dallas should serve as a wake-up call to the far left that their rhetoric about ICE has consequences. No ICE officers were hit by gunfire in the attack, but 3 detainees were. 1 of them died. 2 others were listed in critical condition. The suspected shooter was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The words anti-ICE were found written on bullet casings at the scene. I'm Rory O'Neill.
The investigation into that ICE facility shooting in Dallas has the FBI combing over 2 homes. Here's Austin York.
The homes are connected to the shooter, 29-year-old Joshua John. One is in Fairview, Texas, the other in Durant, Oklahoma. Both homes belong to John's family, both of which John had frequented before the shooting. Besides the markings on the bullets with anti-ICE rhetoric, authorities have not been able to identify why John chose to do what he did at the place in which he did it. John's mother has been very vocal on her Facebook page about her anti-gun stances and her dislike for Texas Republican lawmakers. Her page is now filled with comments condemning her for the attack allegedly perpetrated by her child. John does have an arrest record for marijuana possession out of Collin County in 2016.
The deadly shooting at that Dallas ICE facility, it is only the latest act of violence against Immigration Customs Enforcement agents in the state of Texas.
Homeland Security arrested a guy in August when he showed up outside the same office and claimed he had a bomb in his backpack. On July 4th, an Alvarado police officer was shot responding to a protest at a detention center there. Acting director of the ICE Dallas field office, Joshua Johnson, says rhetoric is putting people in danger.
So that's kind of all I have for today is that it's just got to stop. It's dangerous. People are losing their lives.
Up to 14 people were charged in that Alvarado case. An affidavit says the suspect started shooting at the officer as soon as he got out of his car and hit him in the neck. The officer survived.
That's Austin York with that report at 7:08 on News Talk 710 KURV. And in other news, research for living on Mars is being conducted in Central Texas.
New research being done in San Antonio is putting humans one step closer to living on another planet. The Southwest Research Institute and UT San Antonio are testing new technology that would allow astronauts to create the resources needed for life.
Generate heat or grow food or make rocket fuel to be able to have an extended presence.
He says this is an exciting time in the space race. The U.S. is in a competition with China, which also wants to set up a base on the moon.
That's Michael Board reporting. And William Shatner's agent denying reports that the 94-year-old, Captain Kirk, 94-year-old actor, is in the hospital. There was some reports that he was sent to the hospital, something about his blood sugar last night. No, the agent says that's not true. William Shatner, Captain Kirk, is home. He's doing fine. It's 7:09. It is AccuWeather time. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us. And I see that highs today, upper 80s. Low, mid-90s. So that's the cooling effect, right, of the cool front that made it across the area?
Yeah, and some clouds around, some showers will help to cool it a little bit as well. Boy, there's some heavy rain in spots over the last 24 hours. Up Laredo way, 1.5 inches at the airport and surrounding it, 3+ inches in spots. So, boy, they got some heavy rain up that way. There's some pretty good rain out of the radar right now, just south of Hebronville and Zapata getting pounded again.
Anything south of Zapata, anything for Laredo, that's good. That's going to go into the Rio Grande River and eventually, hopefully, be held over at the watershed at Lake Falcon. So is it, how much more do they get today or tomorrow? Was rain?
Well, it's going to keep raining at times. Like I said, it's raining real heavy just south of Laredo right now. So
we got some reports of, we have sister stations in Laredo And everybody's like online right now. We got some flooding in Australia.
I was going to say, there's got to be some flooding around there. 1.5 to 3.5 inches in spots. The readings are over the last 24 hours. So
take the jackets out. Look at that. Lows tonight, mid-70s. Low to mid-70s tonight compared to like 80 degrees every night. Temperatures.
Might need the extra blanket on the bed.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do because I lower the air conditioner 69 to 70 degrees overnight. Can't sleep unless it's cold, man.
Oh, I hear you. That fan running too.
Yeah, that's me. That's definitely me. Mid-90s tomorrow, the next day. So only rain today?
No, some tomorrow too. Okay. The front's going to be nearby tomorrow as well, and maybe some shower. Then it becomes more showery again. But today and tomorrow will be your best chance for some pretty decent rain in spots today. And like I said, there's already some pretty good rain out there. The front's just off to our north at this point. So, it's already through San Antonio and Houston and Austin. It's already,
all right.
It's kind of lined up along the coast, basically from, Galveston back to maybe just south of Victoria, and then, kind of back to like Hidalgo area. Where the front is located right now. So got a lot of showers and storms lined up along that thing that are moving pretty slowly at this point. So expect any of the heavy rain that does come to drop quite a bit. So there's that potential for more flooding in spots today.
Dallas forecast, lows overnight, mid-upper 60s. Look at that. And then highs mid-80s. That's way up to 9 hours north of us. And Central Texas. I should have gotten the San Antonio forecast.
Oh, hang on. I can do that.
San Antonio forecast as far as temperatures. What's going on?
SAT.
Happy to see the cooler temp. Let's see, 90s.
Let's see. Today, 91. Tonight, 68. 91 tomorrow. 69 tomorrow night. 92 Saturday. 69 Saturday night.
Enjoy the slightly cooler temperatures and the cloud cover for today and tomorrow. Let's see what's on the menu for today. We have plenty on the menu. Today we celebrate our daughters, and that would be Freddie because he's got two, one adult already, and a little one as well. She's 13, 14, 15 already. Are you gonna do a quinceañera? Okay, no, she don't want that. Oh, I see. She wants a trip to Disney. Well, or a cruise or something like that. Smart kid. That's the way to do it. So celebrate your daughters today by going to lunch and eating some quesadillas. It's National Quesadilla Day.
Ooh, mine likes quesadillas.
Yeah, and
I got a ginger.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And lobster for dinner, by the way. It's National Lobster Day. Or just take the lobster, rip it out, and put it in the quesadilla. Oh, and then put some picante sauce on it. So a lobster quesadilla, and just put some hot sauce in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. All right, pal. Call you next hour. That's weather meteorologist Jason Caterina. Time is 7:13 on the Valley's Morning News. Back to more serious matters. Yeah, we talked about that new world screwworm. We got the Ag Commissioner of Texas, Sid Miller. He's on standby. What conversation I had with him yesterday about this and what Texas is doing to prepare and some of the reaction. Meantime, Mexico has activated emergency controls after detecting a new case of that new world screwworm in northern Mexico.
The case was detected in the northern border state of Nuevo León, and it's the closest case to the U.S. border since the outbreak began last year. Mexico's agriculture secretary said in a post on social media that Mexico is controlling the isolated case of screwworm in Nuevo León under measures to fight the pest agreed with the U.S. in August. He also says the recent case was handled in the early stages of the fly's larva development, and that because of the early detection, they believe there is no possibility of the fly emerging. The screwworm was found in an 8-month-old feeder calf that was part of a shipment from Veracruz.
Time is 7:14. This is News Talk 710 KURV, and as promised, we got our Commissioner of Agriculture for Texas, Sid Miller, up next. Commenting on the Texas ag and the federal reaction as well to that new world screwworm that's just south of the border. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
Come into Genesis of Harlingen today and soak up the feeling of the dynamic yet elegant design and cutting-edge technology that makes up the amazing Genesis vehicle lineup. Visit today and choose from a great selection like a 2026 Genesis GV70 for $549 a month for 36 months. Come see where refined sophistication meets powerful innovation at Genesis of Harlingen at 8521 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen. Shop from the entire line of Genesis online at genesisofharlingen.com.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the Cal at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
This is your home for Houston Texans football. News Talk 710 KURV, a Radio United digital media and broadcast station. Go Texans!
710 KURV is home to Texas A&M Fighting Aggie football. So they're hosting Auburn Saturday, 1:30, broadcast on 710 KURV. Big thank you to our many supporters, including Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. Genuine concern that Texas ranchers might get screwed by this thing called the New World screwworm. Let's go to our Ag Commissioner of Texas, Sid Miller. Let's start by putting it into perspective. Maybe top of mind you have this, Sid. How big is a cattle and livestock industry in Texas? Do you know?
The livestock industry is about 30 billion, but we have about 5 billion of wildlife, which are even more susceptible to this pest.
Mm-hmm. So deer are also susceptible to this worm?
Well, not just deer, but all wildlife. You know, turkeys, hogs, you name any mammal, including humans. We've had a couple of cases of those recently.
What is this New World screwworm? What is that, Sid? What is that?
Well, it's a fly that lays its eggs in open wounds and hatches out a larva or a maggot, and it eats live flesh. It's like something out of a horror movie. The reason they're called screwworms is what they just bury and keep digging into live flesh deeper and deeper. So it's a very horrific process. If you've ever witnessed it, you would never forget it.
Now, aesthetically, is it unpleasant? They say it stinks to high heaven, but is it deadly for cattle and deer and all that?
Oh, untreated, it's 100% certain death. Same way in humans. Matter of fact, we had our first human death a few weeks back. An elderly lady outside of Mexico City. She was a diabetic, had some other issues, but she succumbed to a screwworm infection.
Sid Miller, Ag Commissioner for the state of Texas. So the most recent report is that this New World screwworm is about, 70 miles south of the Texas-Mexico border in Laredo. So tell me, did Mexico screw up? Did they not quarantine their herds, their cattle, their distribution of all these animals? Or, did somebody pay a mordida, a bribe to move stuff from the south up north? Or what is it? What happened?
This 70 miles from the border is not as shocking or as worrisome as it might seem on the surface. This was a heifer that was sent to a feedlot along with 100 others from the area in southern Mexico that's infected with the screwworms. Should have never made the shipment, but they did. It was detected early. It was 1 out of 100 head. They were injected with ivermectin, which is a preventative and a cure. The larvae were very small, so they weren't in danger of having hatched and turned into adult flies. So it was arrested and taken care of before it could spread.
So is there a lag between, when those maggots get there or the open sore is infected? Is there a lag, or is it easy to detect, inspect?
It's if you've ever smelt roadkill, that's what a screwworm infestation smells like. It's rotting flesh, basically. If you've ever turned over a carcass and saw the maggots around it, that's what a screwworm fly is, except it doesn't eat dead flesh, it eats living flesh.
That's crazy. Oh, my goodness. So, since all livestock and horses and cattle and animals out there might be infected by this thing, so let's talk about what we consume, the steaks and the milk. So, once, let's say, a heifer or, or maybe, other steaks or cows and stuff, can we eat the stuff that's produced from these animals, or now we get infected if that makes it to market too?
No, there's no way it can be transferred from the meat to human. Humans can get infected. This fly has to lay the eggs on the subject. Some mammal. It could be a human with a scratch or a scar, an open wound. They simply could lay their eggs in your nostrils where there's moisture, or if your eyes are watering, they can lay them around their eyes. But they've also been known to lay ear canals and hatch out in
even worse.
brain.
Goodness. Nightmare fuel. Thank you, Sid Miller, Commissioner for the state of Texas. Okay, so last time we spoke about this, you told me that there will be a new network of inspection stations or research stations. So what can you tell me about defense, what we're doing to play defense?
Well, the USDA is the lead agency on this, and they have committed $750,000 to build a screwworm sterile fly facility. Now, we eradicated this in 1966 with sterile flies. The female mates one time, the life cycle, depending on what time of year, is from 21 to 28 days. So through attrition, you eliminate them. We started the sterile fly program in 1939, and we eliminated the screwworm in 1966. So it's not a quick fix. I have proposed a fly bait that was used in 1976 by USDA, which will actually kill 90% of the screwworm flies. Once you reduce the population by 90%, you can then drop sterile flies and mop it up. We did this. In 1976 in Texas, we had almost 30,000 cases in the spring and fall of 1976. We did this 1-2 punch between the bait and the flies, and in the spring of 1977, we had dropped to 37 cases. So it worked 100%, you might say. So far, the USDA has not agreed with me. They're not agreeing to use the bait, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out why, because that screwworm fly factory is going to take 4 years to build it. We've got them 70 miles from the United States. I promise you, within that 4-year period, the whole southern United States will be infected.
Oof. My goodness. I hope they address this quick. So now you made mention of this. One cow, I think, that was taken from southern Mexico to the northern portion. So any infected livestock, they don't cull these animals. They don't kill these animals, right? They try to treat them, right?
They're real easy to treat if you catch it, before they've destroyed some major organ in the animal. So if you catch it early, you just treat it with an insecticide and kill the larva.
Okay.
You're asking if you do suspect that you have an animal with screwworm, we want to be notified. We want to take samples and send it to a lab and test it, see if the screwworms are here.
I was going to ask you if we could preemptively, precautiously, as a precaution, start giving cattle or cows ivermectin, try to kill all that stuff. But then you've got all the other wild animals that would be exposed to this. So would defeat any effort like that, right?
We can doctor most livestock and give them ivermectin as a preventative. The problem is that's hard to do with wildlife. We have about 5 million deer. The good news is about 1 million of those are behind high fence and get fed every day. So I have petitioned the USDA, FDA to allow us to use ivermectin as a feed additive, and they've agreed to that. So if we do get it here, we can use ivermectin as a feed additive and keep a lot of our wildlife, particularly our deer, from getting this dreaded infection.
Yeah, put out there in the feed. How about pretty soon we'll be hearing about the annual rabies flights, right? They throw out some food for wild, coyotes and other animals with rabies vaccine. How about we put some of that ivermectin in there as well to protect them from getting the screwworm? What do you think?
Yeah, you could do that. Matter of fact, you just described how this bait would be applied. It's dropped, 2 pounds per square mile. The flies are drawn to it because of a lure that we've been working with the company to develop. Of course, it's got insecticide in it. They eat the bait and it kills them. So much way that the program you just described on rabies works. Very, very similar to the fly bait.
I think what might save us too, Commissioner, would be cold fronts. Man, we're almost there, man. We're going to get some nasty cold fronts here pretty soon. So that would prevent the spread of flies, right? If we get some cold weather again.
If we can get a hard freeze, we're out of the woods at least till next spring or summer. That is exactly the key. And we're working with another company that has developed an inoculation, much like a vaccine. They've been very successful doing this to prevent tick infestations in animals. So they're very close to having a shot we can give our livestock that if they were, encountered with a screwworm egg, the egg would immediately die and never hatch and become a full-grown larva. So that's promising, but it's not here yet. We can't wait on that. I'm sure anxious to get this bait out. If I could just get USDA says that it's environmentally unsound, and when you ask them why, they tell me each time, well, it'll kill the good flies. I said, good flies? Like,
I'm sorry.
Is that good fire ant or what? Good? I don't care if there's some collateral damage to house flies or people flies, whatever. I want to kill the screwworm fly. I promise you, though, we won't get the entire population of those because they're everywhere on every country and every planet and every square mile of surface on the earth. There'll be plenty of good flies, whatever that is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wonder where we picked up this pro-fly coalition and wound up in D.C. I thought we had friends in D.C. who were paying attention to us. Is there anything else that you and maybe associations, industry groups can do to sound the alarm and get some of the preventative applications out there, like quick?
Well, I've made 2 trips to D.C. in the last 2 weeks, visiting with the Texas delegation. Every member of the Texas delegation agrees with me that we should use the bait and get it out as soon as possible. So, it's going up against bureaucrats at the USDA. I've said numerous discussions with Secretary Brooke Rollins. She's not necessarily opposed to it, but her people, keep having influence over her. So hopefully she'll see the light and get busy on this bait. And I want to get it eradicated, but while it's in Mexico, I don't want it to come into the United States. They said, well, you can't use that insecticide in the United States. It's, the EPA would never approve it. I said, well, EPA doesn't have to approve it because I'm not using it in the United States. All I need is Mexico's permission. And they're about ready to let us do anything to get rid of this pest. It's killing the livestock industry.
Mm-hmm.
Killing them too.
Yeah. They can't sell us any of that livestock. So, yeah, it's in their best interest to address this quickly in Mexico. And speaking of Mexico, Sid Miller, our Ag Commissioner in Texas, I'll leave you with this, Commissioner. Northern Mexico, they've had a pretty good year when it comes to water. They have a tropical system. They've got probably their dams have been replenished to a certain degree. I know we have cleared, thanks to the Trump administration, cleared an initial fork over, right, of some of the numbers that Mexico owes us. Commissioner, this would be a good time to revisit with the Texas delegation, Monica de la Cruz and others, and Senator Cruz and Cornyn. This might be a good time to revisit some of the numbers they're holding in the dams in Mexico, see if we can get them to fork over the rest of the water that is owed us before the cycle ends from the Rio. This would be the time, Commissioner, to follow up on this and see if we can get President Trump to tighten the screws again, begin with this cycle.
Most of Texas has had good rains, but if you're in a county that touches the Rio Grande River from El Paso to Brownsville, you're still in an extreme drought.
Yeah.
Falcon is at about 14%. Amistad is about 35%. So Mexico's got till the end of the month to pay up their 5-year water bill. They're going to have to hurry. I don't think they're going to do it. Doesn't look
sir. No. We need some noise from the White House. We need President Trump again to be on top of this and do what he does best, which is, do the whole art of the deal thing and negotiate and, threaten terrorists if he needs to, whatever he needs to do. Thank you, Commissioner, for all your time today. Appreciate you being a phone call away, brother.
Anytime, my friend. God bless.
Commissioner for the state of Texas, Sid Miller. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV, home to Texas A&M fighting Aggie football. We're taking a look at sports up next on 710 KURV.
Spotlight on Your Health, brought to you by DHR Health.
From the DHR Health Specialty Clinics at Rio Grande City and Brownsville is pulmonologist and sleep and critical care specialist, Dr. Juan Ortiz.
The specialties that I have are critical care, which is done in the hospitals, the ICU, and then pulmonary and sleep medicine. We started something that we're going to call very proudly the Pulmonary and Sleep Institute of DHR. Right now, we're doing sleep studies as an outpatient. They are called home sleep studies. The state-of-the-art equipment that the patient takes home is disposable, works with the phone, and we get all the information that is very similar to the studies that were done in sleep centers before. We opened the pulmonary clinic in Rio Grande City, and I go every Monday, all day long. And from Tuesday to Friday, I am doing the same thing, but in Brownsville. On the side of the clinic, we have the beautiful hospital in Brownsville, so we can get all the imaging that we need for pulmonaries. In the same time, we have an ICU at our Brownsville DHR hospital, super well equipped. We have all the services, including recently opened cardiac catheterization center, check the heart, gastroenterology, and everything that can be complicated, we can take care of. Rio Grande City is a place that needs a lot of care as well. So we opened up a specialty practice there, new state-of-the-art place that is being constructed in Rio Grande City. DHR is putting a lot of effort and a lot of resources to create an area of high level of quality of care. It's going to be a teaching center associated with the DHR residency program. And there's going to be a new laboratory, radiology center, endoscopy center, etc. So we are expanding to improve the care because that area is demanding good care.
From the DHR Health Specialty Clinics, Rio Grande City and Brownsville, Dr. Juan Ortiz, pulmonologist and sleep and critical care specialist, DHR Health.
This has been Spotlight on Your Health, brought to you by DHR Health. For you, for life.
At Revetta's Machinery in Donna, they're bringing the best deals on Coyote equipment to your job site, your farm, or your backyard. Right now, take advantage of 0% interest or up to $6,000 cash back on Coyote track loaders and skid steers. These are machines built for maximum performance no matter the task. But don't stop there. They're also offering fantastic savings on Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles. And whether you're hauling something, mowing, tackling other big jobs, Coyote has the equipment to help you get it done. If you're looking for great deals and great service from a team that treats you like family, look no further than Revetta's Machinery and Coyote. Start your next project right. Visit Revetta's Machinery in Donna or browse their deals when it suits you at mynewtractor.com. That's their website, mynewtractor.com. Revetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
Andrew Monaco here, voice of your fighting Texas Aggies, inviting you to stay tuned to The Sergio Show with Sergio Sanchez, coming up at 9 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Para-Me app.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for men and women.
I'm Kevin Walker with your Texas in the Morning Sports Report. The Texas Rangers got the win last night over the Minnesota Twins to end an 8-game losing streak. Even after being officially eliminated from playoff contention, the Rangers were fighting. In the outing, Jacob deGrom completed his 30th start of the year. The 37-year-old Cy Young candidate tossed 5 frames, sitting down 8 batters with 1 run and 2 hits allowed in his final outing of the season. Up next for Texas, they will face the Twins in the rubber match, sending Tyler Mahle to the bump. First pitch is set for 1:35 at the homestand finale. A double whammy of bad news for the Houston Astros as they fall to the Sacramento A's by way of a 6-0 score. As if getting blanked wasn't bad enough, the Seattle Mariners officially clinched the AL West after their win over the Colorado Rockies. For the Astros, they are not eliminated as they can still contend for the final American League wildcard spot. With the loss, they fall back a full game behind the Detroit Tigers and the Rays, who they do not have the tiebreaker over. This means the Astros will need to win at least twice on days the Tigers lose. With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Kevin Walker.
history in Seattle Wednesday night.
Pitch to Cal, swing and a drive, deep to right field. There it is, number 60. The modern-day Bambino has just tied Babe Ruth's record of 60 home runs for third all-time in American League history.
That's Rick Riz on Cairo. The Mariners have won 16 of 17, and Cal Raleigh hits the most home runs in M's history as they buried the Rockies, winning their first division title since 2001. Yankees win their 90th. Aaron Judge goes yard twice, downing the White Sox. Cleveland's won 17 of 19, and they overtake Detroit, who's led the Central for 175 days. That's sports. I'm Rob Bushka.
That's what it takes. Like, what did he say? 16 out of 17, right? Yeah. The Mariners en fuego, on fire. Yeah. Mariners on fire. Astros just tired. That's how they're playing. There's no fire whatsoever there. AccuWeather says highs today, upper 80s, low 90s. Right now, temperatures mostly in the upper 70s across South Texas. Yes, there is a chance of a thunder shower today in South Texas. Border Bridge wait times as posted on KURV.com. Go back to our website, right-hand margin. Let's see, we got the latest numbers. So if you're driving back to Brownsville, let's see here. We got let me refresh this page. Make sure we got the latest numbers. Yeah, 1 hour at B&M. 45 minutes to 1 hour at Gateway and B&M. 30 at Veterans. And if you're driving back to McAllen, it's 45 minutes on San Luis Hidalgo, 15 at Far. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. We invite you to join us at Radio Para Mi. It is a free app. That way you can listen on your smartphone. With 42 plus years of experience in the nutritional supplement market, Joe Lynn and Art and Beto at Major Health Foods, they have the know-how. They've got the experience. They know the top brands. So if you've been making an effort to, just stay more active, try to hold your weight, maybe lose a little bit of weight, eat healthier, cut down on all the extra sugary, fatty stuff, and eat good tasting, healthy food. Major Health Foods is the place that you should stop by, South 10th Street and Jackson Avenue. And go meet Joe Lynn. Go look for Art and Beto, the gang at Major Health Foods. Again, 42 plus years. They know the good stuff. They've got the great supplements for men and women, all the healthy supplements. What God made to help you heal your pain. What God made for the natural anti-inflammatory ingredients, all waiting for you, the top brands. Joe Lynn at Major Health Foods. Her passion is to keep you healthy. The gang at Major Health Foods, their passion is to keep you healthy, and they only represent the top, most effective, successful brands in nutritional supplements for men and women. The collagen they have, that powder, has all 6 collagen ingredients in just one big bottle. Stop by Major Health Foods with all your questions on healthy living and nutrition and the top supplements. Major Health Foods, South 10th Street and Jackson Avenue in McAllen.
Come experience larger-than-life luxury and design at Bert Ogden Infiniti in Edinburgh. You're invited to come in and choose from a great selection of new Infinitis available now. Drive off in your own 2025 Infiniti QX60 with 0% APR for 60 months. All available with the Infiniti Premium Care Maintenance Plan for 3 years. Experience luxury as it's meant to be at Bert Ogden Infiniti on the corner of Alberta and Expressway 281 in Edinburgh. Shop from the entire line of Infinitis online at BertOgdenInfiniti.com.
Football season is here, and it's time to fire up your backyard for the ultimate game day experience. Whether you're grilling for the family, friends, or the whole neighborhood, South Texas Outdoor Kitchens has everything you need to be the MVP of the barbecue season. Stoke is the premier barbecue supply headquarters in the RGV, and you can get game day ready with a new barbecue pit, smoker, pellet grill, or pizza oven, and stock up on your charcoal, pellets, spices, and supplies. And while you're here, visit our sister store, Backyards Unlimited, which has everything from Tree Frog's big redwood swing sets and play systems to spring-free trampolines and rival basketball hoops. And remember, all play systems have free delivery and installation. Don't wait, get here now because we're offering special financing with 0% interest for 18 months. That's right, no interest for 18 months. Visit Stoke and Backyards Unlimited today on the expressway across from the Shrine in San Juan, or click BURGV.com. South Texas Outdoor Kitchens, where quality and service matter.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Starbucks said it has approved a restructuring plan to close underperforming coffee houses in North America and cut some jobs as the company looks to revive sales and profits under CEO Brian Niccol. The company has been overhauling its operations in the U.S. Nexstar Media Group said it is continuing to evaluate whether it will bring Jimmy Kimmel Live back to its ABC affiliate stations, a day after the late-night show returned to the Disney-owned network. Nexstar and Sinclair, who both own ABC affiliates, did not air Kimmel's return to late night on Tuesday. The European Commission has opened an investigation into possible anti-competitive practices by German software giant SAP. SAP said it believed its policies and actions were fully compliant with EU competition rules. The company is one of Europe's most valuable, with a market cap of almost $331 billion. Futures are slightly lower. Wednesday, the Dow Industrials lost 171, the Nasdaq down 75, the S&P 500 down 18. That's Your Money Now.
AccuWeather says highs should be upper 80s, low 90s. And right now, temperatures mostly in the upper 70s. Thank you for waking up with News Talk 710 KURV. Coming up in about 2 minutes, we got the latest from Fox News and a note from Waymo, the autonomous ride share company. Waymo looking into developing business travel relationships. That's coming up next on 710 KURV.
Got a meeting, a party, a hungry crowd? Yeah, you could go with the usual, the same old tired trays everyone expects and boring veggies, or you could do something better, something that makes your taste buds water as soon as you hear the name, the Blue Onion. At the Blue Onion in McAllen and Weslaco, we're redefining catering. We're bringing bold, handcrafted flavors straight to your next office event or party with fresh, crisp salads made with the healthiest, best ingredients. Warm, savory wraps packed with flavor. Dip samplers with flatbread for everyone, and our signature pizzas and po' boys. Yep, they'll be talking about these delicious get-togethers long after lunch is over. And here's the best part. For every 6 orders in your catering box, you get a free Blue Onion pizza. So, whether it's a team meeting or special event, let the Blue Onion create a custom menu that fits your budget and taste. Visit myblueonion.com today to see all our catering options. The Blue Onion in McAllen and Weslaco, redefining catering.
Introducing the newest destination for luxury in the Rio Grande Valley, the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen. Come visit Michael Fall, General Manager, today and discover the perfect blend of elegance and power at the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen. A true triumph of luxury, now open at their exceptional new state-of-the-art location at 8522 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen. We shop the competition so you don't have to. Dale gas!
Pain management specialist Dr. Dennis Slavin on joint pain.
Our website is feelingbetteratLast.com because that's what people say as I leave my office. They really are feeling better at last. Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Slavin with some sound advice on achy joints. You need to get your walk in or hit the golf course, or with every step you take, it hurts. Oftentimes I hear from patients, my knees hurt and I can't do what I want. I don't want surgery and I don't get adequate pain relief with pain medication. They feel stuck with their knee pain. There is another option besides surgery or pain meds: sodium hyaluronate treatments. The way it describes this treatment to patients is like it's WD-40 for the knee. The sodium hyaluronate is a natural lubricant that also stimulates your knee joint to produce its own lubricant, and when precisely injected with ultrasound guidance, provides superb pain relief.
With offices in McAllen and Weslaco, Dr. Dennis Slavin is only a phone call away, and many say it's the best call they've ever made. Call 956-973-0565. 973-0565.
News, traffic, weather, sports.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
Thursday edition of the Valley's Morning News. It is September 25th, 2025. Show producer Fred Cruz and AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. I'm Sergio Sanchez. Appreciate you waking up with us on the radio. Join us online, Radio Para Mí. Download that free app. Check of News, a service of Edinburgh CISD, along with UTRGV, their collegiate high school, currently enrolling freshmen and sophomore students. For information, call 956-289-2300.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Turkey's President Erdogan visits President Trump at the White House this morning. Turkish officials trying to walk back remarks from Erdogan earlier this week on Fox's special report.
Did it end? Hala devam ediyor. It still goes on. Aynı şekilde similarly Gazze Savaşı'nı ben bitiririm. He said I will finish the war in Gaza. Did it end? Hayır. No.
Erdogan, through an interpreter, casting doubt on the job President Trump is doing in Russia's war in Ukraine and the conflict between Israel and Hamas. Funding the government by the end of the month, Florida Congressman Greg Steube blames Chuck Schumer, the top Democrat in the Senate.
This will be a Schumer shutdown if this doesn't pass. The Republicans passed it in the House.
The Republican on Fox Business, the bill needs 60 votes to pass through the Senate and reach the desk of President Trump. America's listening to Fox News.
A national number, new home sales jumped far more than expected in the month of August, according to the census. They report saying that sales of newly built homes jumped 20.5% from July. Back to McAllen, firefighters, their union, announcing they've got a new contract with the city of McAllen, and they're getting a pay raise. There might be a government shutdown midweek next week, and some Texas homeowners might be impacted.
That's because the National Flood Insurance Program will lapse, and that, of course, is underwritten by the federal government. Rich Johnson with the Insurance Council of Texas says it would impact new policies or renewals, and there's a 30-day waiting period after anybody gets a new policy or re-ups. He says wherever it rains, it can flood.
90% of flood events where flood insurance is needed is actually in low-risk areas. We need to remember that there is no risk area. There are just low risk and high risk areas.
He says you might want to look into a private policy just in case. Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
Waymo is expanding into business travel. Companies now can establish some business accounts with Waymo, the autonomous vehicle company, and buy some ride codes in bulk. Best-led companies, according to Glassdoor, NVIDIA is number one on that list. And numbers just in from D.C., fewer Americans than expected found themselves filing first-time unemployment requests. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV, home to the Aggies. Aggie football this coming Saturday, 1:30 broadcast. They're hosting Auburn. Thank you to our many, many supporters, including Amigo Power Equipment and Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meyer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile-long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. I have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Experience everything Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh has to offer. Service, selection, and quality. Indulge yourself with bold design and step into EV luxury and take advantage of a $7,500 tax credit in a new Cadillac Lyriq. Now just $559 per month. More style, more innovation, more you.
Summer is heating up, and so is our local economy. From sizzling business deals to community connections, News Talk 710 KURV and the Radio Potami app are here to keep you in the know. Download the Radio Potami app to stay informed and entertained. Whether it's local market updates, summer events, or the weather, we've got you covered. Support local, stay connected, and tune in to the pulse of Rio Grande Valley business. News Talk 710 KURV and the Radio Potami app, where